Good evening. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your Ziva and Knowledge Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm going to always serve you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my subscribers. Those are my A1s from day ones. I appreciate you still being loyal to my channel. Those of you who have just recently subscribed, I welcome you to the Mocha Cafe de Paris family. And those of you, if this is your first time ever hearing any of my content and you like what you hear today, please make sure that you subscribe. Hit that notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. In the event I upload any new content, you will be the first to hear about it. So, moving right along on the menu today. What's today's recipe? Today's recipe is the Unchosen. Yes, the Unchosen. Women, black women that aren't being selected, that aren't being picked, okay, that aren't being desired. The unchosen is the topic that's on today's recipe. I wanted to address this recipe or this topic due to the fact that there are brothers and the BFF community that are calling out sisters that are apparently in their feelings about Kobe Bryant's wife earning the inheritances of Kobe Bryant's wealth since his passing and their beautiful daughter Gianna Gigi Bryant. Vanessa Bryant was blessed with the privilege of being married to a wealthy, successful athlete, Lakers legend, Kobe the Mamba Bryant. Now, I have been sitting back and listening. I've been peeping from the bushes. And I've been listening to a few brothers do commentary about sisters that are basically in their feelings, um, hating on Vanessa Bryant due to the fact that she'll be the beneficiary of all of his estates, endorsements, and inheritance. Um, I'm not sure why everybody is surprised by any of this. After all, she has been married to Kobe for 20 years, 20 years or longer. And she's the mother of all of his children. Regardless of all of Kobe's mistakes he has made in the past, he was smart enough and wise enough to settle down and marry one woman and have all of his children from the woman which he married. Wish more brothers would do that. Instead of spreading all these seeds around having multiple baby mamas. Kobe was wise in that. Even with his success, he did not conduct himself in a better male manner. So, with that, the question lies, why are black women upset that Kobe chose to marry Vanessa? I think she's Mexican descent or Hispanic descent and not a black woman. That's the question that's been floating around through the YouTube streets. But I beg to differ. The question I should be asked is why are bitter, broken black women hating on Vanessa Bryant? Not black women, bitter, broken black women. Why are bitter sisters mad that they aren't being chosen by brothers that are successful? It boils down to the unchosen sisters, the black women that aren't being chosen by black men. It's not black women that have an issue with Vanessa Bryant being married to Kobe Bryant and Kobe Bryant choosing Vanessa Bryant. It's the bitter, broken black women that have an issue with it. Now, before I kind of go into this and break down the different elements of this, um, I want to say this respectfully, without shading anyone, especially when they're already going through a tragic time. But I just noticed, brothers tend to give sisters a hard time. And we don't always get a pass when we conduct ourselves a certain way or when we have made um, poor decisions that have caused us to be in the situations we're in that has caused us to be unchosen. So I'm not blaming black men at all. And I'm saying that black women, we do have to hold ourselves accountable to a big degree as to why we're not being chosen, as to why we're not being selected by certain men, especially prominent men, that are very successful. But I do have to play devil's advocate because a lot of you brothers, not all of y'all, if it doesn't apply, you don't have to apply. You always give a pass to women of other races who have also not made the best decisions. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people are overlooking Vanessa Bryant's past. They're overlooking her upbringing and how she came up. And basically, and it's no disrespect to her at all, because at the end of the day, a person is entitled to love who they love. And Kobe still made a very good investment into her, into Vanessa, marrying her, building a family with her. He chose a woman who he dearly loved. So it doesn't matter my opinion or anybody else's opinion. At the end of the day, um, they were blessed to have something very beautiful that a lot of black women and black men will probably never have the privilege of ever being able to experience, which is real love. So I definitely got to give props to both of them for holding it down for 20 years, not allowing the naysayers, their families, in-laws, friends, people to infiltrate in a marriage. So they both have my utmost respect, regardless of what I'm getting ready to say. But I have to tell the truth. I have to tell the truth, shame the devil. A lot of people are not aware of Vanessa Bryant's past, or either they're overlooking it because they want to give her a pass. But my thing is, you cannot knock a certain group of people, and then when you have a specific individual that does the same similar thing, we want to give them a pass. My thing is, you keep that same energy for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to sit up here and just talk negatively about black men's faults, and I don't address the faults of other races, other men of other races. And I'm just going to ride on black men day in and day out. When you have other men, white men, Puerto Rican men, Latino men that have issues as well. So my thing is, keep the same energy. If you want a certain woman to be a certain type of way, apply that for all women. You know, you don't want a black woman being ratchet. Guess what? Don't pick up no white ratchet woman. You know, because we do have some swamp bunnies. All white women are not snow bunnies. Some of them are swamp bunnies. You know, and you can't give them a pass just because of their skin color if they have done things in a ratchet manner. So what I'm saying is, Vanessa Bryant did not come up as this prominent woman. Okay. Yes, she's beautiful now. Yes, she's known as Kobe Bryant's wife now. She's this elegant, beautiful, high class, top notch, Hispanic descent woman. But let's not forget, she had a few ratchet, just a little bit of ratchetness from her past as well. But ironically, ain't no brothers touching up on this. They're not talking about this, and they just want to keep pushing this narrative, because the narrative a lot of these guys are trying to push is that it's only black women who are screwed up. And yes, we are screwed up. We are effed up. I can't even lie and say that, because that'd be hypocritical of me. Yes, black women, we have a lot of issues. Okay, I cannot sugarcoat that. But keep that same energy for everybody, for other women who also display. Just don't, pick on one group because you want to push your narrative. Because my thing is, Vanessa Bryant came up in poverty. Okay, she didn't come up in a rich family either. All right, he didn't pick um a woman who was female who was anywhere on his level. Okay, it would be no different than athlete that's in the making, that's just getting drafted at the age of 21, picking up some black chick who's born and raised in the projects, living in poverty. Now, how he got the black female that was born and raised in the projects who grew up without a father, I'm quite sure everybody would have reminded him of that. But because of Miss Bryant, no one's talking about her past that. Guess what? She came up in poverty too. She was nowhere on Kobe's level. Okay? She was in a single parent home. Okay? Didn't have a relationship with her father either. Um, I think her mother's boyfriend or husband at the time was her stepdad or whatever the case was. They was in a poverty stricken situation. She was nowhere on Kobe's level. Okay, not only that, Vanessa was 17 years old at the time when Kobe Bryant was checking for her. Kobe was 21. So there's been this narrative that Kobe's parents didn't accept Vanessa simply because of her race. And I can't say that probably didn't play a part in it. It probably did. But at the same token, what everybody's overlooking was she was 17 at the time and he was 21. You have a black son. You're not going to worry that he's up here dating a female that's 17 years old, depending on what state that was living in at the time, considered statutory rape. He had just gotten drafted. His whole career could have been jeopardized because he was dealing with an underage Hispanic female. That could have totally went left before his career even started. You get what I'm saying? So she was already underage, and I think that's the biggest piece of the puzzle that a lot of people are overlooking. And I think his parents, they was fretful for him on that. You know, their son is black and successful, and you're going to deal with an underage Hispanic female when her family could have got him charged, could have got him locked up for statutory rape, you know. So a lot of people overlook that part. They just automatically want to run with the narrative. His parents didn't want him with a Hispanic female. That probably was 3% of it, but you got to look at the other 98%. She was underage, and Kobe was 4 years older than her. Don't look at now. Back then, the laws was very, very strict. You know, they didn't have any empathy on men who dealt with females underage. You got to register as a sex offender. It's very messy when men get caught up with young women, especially when you're in the prime of your career. A lot of people overlook that. The second thing that a lot of people overlook was that Vanessa Bryant, Kobe did not meet his wife in church, okay? He did not meet her in Bible school. He did not meet her at the library because she was studying to become a pediatrician. He met her on a video set of Snoop Dogg's video. Is if you can look it up on YouTube, it's Snoop Dogg featuring the East Siders, Jeter. Okay, Vanessa Bryant was a video vixen, which is a nice cleaned up way of saying a video hoe. That's what they called them back then. Don't shoot the messenger. Now, everybody knows whenever it comes to these video vixens, majority of the time, they are screwing these producers, these rappers, these video directors to get, um, uh, you know, to get that 15 minutes of fame, to be in that spotlight. Now, I'm not saying that's what she did. I'm not saying all women that have been video vixens have slept with men in the industry, but let's keep it 100. Most of them are known for doing that. All right. A lot of people are overlooking that. That's what Kobe met her. Now, I guarantee if Kobe met a black female who was a video vixen, you know, on somebody's video set, one of these rappers, Rick Ross, Drake, or any of them, popping bottles in a two-piece bikini, twerking it, first thing gonna say, oh, he married a video vixen. But because it was Vanessa Bryant, nobody even mentioned nothing about her being a video vixen. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind brothers speaking against black women and letting us know, you know, we need to stop, you know, resorting to thought tendencies and not being out here trying to be on the come up and secure the bag. I get it, but have that same energy for all women. Okay, because I don't hear nobody on here. I haven't heard nobody talk about Vanessa's past yet. You know how when she was when she was a teenager, she was going to a predominantly all white school, okay, in California, wherever. And that was her way of fitting in, so she did not look like the Mexican girl who was in poverty. Her mother, put her in an all white school, and Vanessa tried to fit in by dyeing her hair totally white, blonde, and changing her eye color, because going to a predominantly white school, that was her way of basically preparing herself to meet a young white male who could have possibly came from a predominant successful white family. Your parents not going to send you to an all white school just so you can date a brother. They're going to send you to an all white school hoping you meet one of those preppy jock type of white guys that probably come from families where their fathers are judges and their mothers are lawyers. That basically Vanessa Bryant's mother, was trying to breed her and trying to mold her and make her basically trying to groom her so she can be so she can end up, in the likes of a prominent man. Her mother was already kind of, it's a word for it, but basically she was already trying to pretty much grooming her and prepping her to meet men with money, to meet men that come from uh a high social status type families, which is why her mother sent her to an all white school so she could meet a white male who comes from a prominent family. Just so happened she ended up meeting Kobe, which was a black prominent male who already had success of his own. So um, she was already trained to basically look for that type of man. And that's basically how they met. He met her doing a video shoot on Snoop Dogg's video set. If you look up the video, you'll see she has the cameo when she's in the back seat of some type of convertible or something like that. So that's where he met her. He asked for her phone number on the video shoot. Like I said, had that been a black female, I'm sure a lot of people probably would have gave him the side eye. Like, out of all the women you could have picked, you choosing a video vixen, you choosing, a 17-year-old black female. He wouldn't have got a pass on that. But this is what I'm saying. The point I'm making is not to make Vanessa look bad, and is not to prove my point that, see, y'all want to pick on black women, but look at such and such women. My thing is, have that same energy. He did not meet her in church. Okay, she had a past too, and she was not on his level at all. She was in poverty. All right, he is not like he picked a Mexican, Hispanic, or whatever her descent is, woman who was in a well-off situation. She was in the struggle. All right, so let's not forget that. So I want to go back to the point of this narrative about black women being upset that Kobe Bryant chose to marry Vanessa. When it's not black women, it is bitter, broken black women. It's not black women that have an issue with Vanessa Bryant. It's the ones that are bigger, broken, and miserable that do. Black women that are married and black women that are mothers were the ones that sympathize with Vanessa Bryant's loss. Y'all, I'm drinking my little healthy smoothie, so if I'm pausing in between, that's why. But when Kobe Bryant's passing went viral, any black woman that was a wife felt Vanessa's pain instantly. When I first heard the news, I didn't think about her color at all. I didn't think about her color. Because me as a married woman, I thought about Vanessa instantly. Because I didn't even know Gigi had passed too at the time. I just knew Kobe, he was the one that was mentioned first. And when I heard the news, my heart instantly thought of his wife. I said, oh my gosh, I know his wife is devastated. I didn't care about her color. I didn't care about none of that, because me as a wife, I can relate to something as tragic as a woman losing her husband. It hasn't happened to me yet, but by the grace of God, but I really felt for her as a wife, because regardless of skin color, when you are a wife and you hear another woman who has lost her husband, you're going to automatically, to a certain degree, have compassion for that woman. If you are a mother, if you are a mother, you automatically had compassion when you heard about her daughter passing. Because anybody that's a mother who has lost a child, or mothers who love their children, they know the extent of pain that a woman has to endure when she has lost a child. So women who were married or have mothers, they sympathized with Vanessa Bryant's loss. Okay? So the question at hand is, what type of sisters, what type of black women most likely have an issue with Vanessa Bryant being married to Kobe Bryant? Because some of these guys have the wrong narratives. They think they know women so well, but it takes a woman that can read women, like it takes a man that can read men. Like women, we don't know men in and out, and men don't know women in and out. They just go by their own narratives, and they want to run with their own narratives based on how they feel about a certain group of women. But these are the sisters, because I want everybody to understand who has the problem. Because I don't want all black women being grouped like we all haters. We just hating on Vanessa Bryant. We just hating on other women of other races who are with successful black men. The ones who have a problem with it are, for one, sisters that have never been married. Okay? Sisters that have never been married are automatically going to feel some type of way, because in their mind, they feel like, okay, once a black man has married another woman of another race, okay, that's one less brother that I possibly stood a chance with. Which we know in actuality, even if, that was the case, it didn't mean that we would have been his primary choice. But it's this misconception that a lot of bitter black women have, that when they find out a black successful man with a woman of another race, now that's another brother being taken from me. Now that's one less brother who is going to be interested in a sister like me, because he's already chosen what type of woman he wants. So it's always definitely going to be the sisters who have never been married. They're the ones that are going to be in their feelings about men like Kobe Bryant who marry women like Vanessa Bryant. Because, again, in their mind, they did not have the privilege to be chosen as a wife. So they're automatically going to get in their feelings. So it's the sisters that have never been married that has been against guys like Kobe Bryant marrying women like Vanessa Bryant. The second type of sisters, the bitter, broken sisters that have an issue with Vanessa Bryant, is sisters that have multiple baby daddies, because they are envious of the fact that, here it is, Kobe Bryant valued her enough to not only marry Vanessa Bryant, but to also only have all of his children from Vanessa Bryant. It's a lot of black women who want that dream, but their chances are short-lived. And the reason why some of these sisters' chances are short-lived is because either they got too many goddamn kids they damn self, or they are picking up these builder bums or these better breeders who have multiple baby mamas. But sisters who have multiple baby daddies, guys, men like Kobe Bryant of his status, they're not going to be drawn or attracted to women who have multiple baby daddies. And a lot of black women do not understand that. They do not understand why certain brothers are not checking for them. It's no big deal to them that they got 4, 5 baby daddies. But you have some men who look at that, especially men who are well established, because they don't want to put themselves in a position to where they become responsible for another man's baggage. But you'll be surprised, a lot of black women don't understand why a man don't want them, even though they got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 baby daddies. In their mind, they still feel like they should be chosen. It doesn't matter if they got a child from Pookie, Ray Ray, or whoever. You have a lot of sisters that are totally oblivious to that. And those are the type of women that have an issue, believe it or not, with men like Kobe Bryant that choose women like Vanessa Bryant. You know, those are the ones who will really get offended, believe it or not. Because you have some sisters out here, they don't feel like they should not be chosen, even though they got multiple baby daddies. Okay, now the next type of sisters that are against Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant are the ones that are in relationships with builder bums. You have a lot of sisters out here who feel like they are having to select from what's left in the bottom of the garbage, what's left in the bottom of the barrel. So whenever they hear another woman of another race be blessed with the privilege of marrying a prominent black man and a successful black man, choosing women of other races, unfortunately, it puts her in a position of where she has to take what's left out here. Um, and these are the type of women who have an issue with women like Vanessa Bryant. The ones who feel like they had to resort to picking up the better breeders, the builder bums, the low common denominator dudes. These are the ones that got a problem with it, because they are like, okay, that's somebody I possibly could have been with. I mean, that's somebody I could have possibly had a family from, built something with. But no, he chose to cross over and go to the other side, and I got to pick what's available out here, which is not much to choose from. It's like some dudes out here picking a man these days is like getting a parking space. All the good ones are taken, and you got to take the handicap spaces, or you got to take all the empty spaces that are way to the other side of the parking lot, which is an even longer walk. So these are the sisters that have an issue that have an issue with Vanessa Bryant. The ones who already feel like they're in a losing situation. Now I will say this. Most of us as black women, we have put ourselves in the position to where we really don't have many choices. So I'm not sitting up here blaming black men and saying that it's their fault why we cannot get the best quality of men, because the truth is a lot of us as black women, we put ourselves in a position to be unchosen based on all the baggage we have that's running the most prominent brothers away to where they're not going to waste their time even investing into us. Now, the next type of females that have an issue with women like Vanessa Bryant marrying successful black men are sisters that have been passed around like Tabasco hot sauce at a black folks barbecue. Women who have a history of being very promiscuous, they still feel like they should be chosen. You have a lot of sisters that are in complete denial, who really think, regardless of their whole facts record, that they should be privileged to have a husband, that they should be privileged to be wifed up and have the blessing of a man that's just going to completely, totally overlook their past and still wipe them up anyway. These are the sisters that have a heart that are in their feelings with the fact that there are brothers who are checking for the Vanessa Bryants. Um, it's not too many guys, too many men that are going to want to deal with the woman or invest in a woman who has a track record of being with multiple men. that have had multiple sexual partners. And this is for single women, because a lot of these single women think they can get a pass on whole behavior because they don't have a lot of children to show for out of it. You have a lot of single women who think their whole past is vindicated because they didn't get knocked up from every dude they screwed with. That does not make your whole your whole record depreciate just because you didn't get knocked up from all the multiple men that you have slept with. You have a lot of sisters who really think, regardless of their whole facts record, that they deserve a Kobe Bryant. They think they are entitled to one. And that's so far from the truth. If a man knows you got more mileages on your vagina, than 1987 Pinto, he's not going to want to check for you. He's not going to want to be bothered with you. I can't blame him. I'm not interested in men who got community dick, who done screwed every female, that basically they gave him time of day. I think any man or any woman that has any dignity does not want a man or a woman that's been passed all over like a collection plate in church. Not if you have any type of dignity or self-respect for yourself. But that's one of these. I'm basically breaking down the elements of the type of sisters that got a problem with women like Vanessa Bryant, who have had the privilege of being married to successful black men. Because I'm tired of people pushing the wrong narratives that it is all black women that got an issue with it. No, I'm telling you what type of women who got an issue with Vanessa Bryant. The next type of sister that has the issue or hating on women like Vanessa Bryant is sisters that are already down on their luck. The ones who are already doing bad. Of course, they're going to feel some type of way. They're struggling in the projects, not getting no child support. No, none of these dudes out here ain't checking for them. None of these dudes want to marry them. These are the sisters that are the ones that are being so negative and shading Vanessa Bryant. Oh, he shouldn't have been with her anyway. Well, that's what he chose. He could have picked all these beautiful black women out here. That's what he had to go and pick. These are the type of women that got an issue with it. Because regardless of what, all black women is not hating on Vanessa Bryant. It's only the unchosen black women. The black women that are chosen, we're not up here in our feelings. Not the ones who already got their own husbands, got their own families. We're not hating because we're already chosen. It's the ones that aren't chosen that are hating. We have to get this right because it's too much misinformation going on in the YouTube streets. And y'all need to stop categorizing everybody and putting everybody all in the same box. Now, however, the misconception that these brothers think is that black women have a problem with black men that are choosing women outside of the race to share their success and wealth with. What these brothers aren't understanding is that it is the bitter black women that really have a problem with any woman that is sitting in a better position than she is with a black man. Yes, there are sisters that are married to successful black men. You think Denzel Washington's wife, Pauletta Washington, didn't have other black women trying to hit on her husband? You think Aisha Curry, that's a black woman, doesn't have other bitter black women that desire to be with her husband, Steph Curry? You think Simone didn't have problems with women hating on her for being married to rapper LL Cool J? As black women that envy Savannah, LeBron James' wife. The list goes on. Bitter single black women have a problem with all women, regardless of their race or social status, that are married to successful black men. This is the point that I wanted to make. It's everybody on YouTube that's preaching about black women who got a problem with black men being married to being married to basically successful black men being married to women of other races. But it's a lot of bitter black women that are mad with successful black men who are married to not just women of other races, but also to other black women. You have a lot of black women that are hating on other black women that are married to successful black men. So I don't know where all these guys are getting this narrative that it's just black women hating on non-black women who are married to successful black men. You don't think these black women out here, like the ones I just mentioned, like, LeBron James' wife, LL Cool J wife, he's been with his wife, I mean, like, for every bit of 30 something years. You don't think she ain't had other black women, even though these are black women? Y'all don't think these black women have had problems with other bitter, broken black women hating on them too? So please stop pushing this narrative that it's just black women who got a problem with successful black men marrying or dating women of other races. Bitter, broken black women don't like to see no woman, regardless of her racial status, be with another black man who is successful, especially when she don't have a man of her own, or she has a man, but he's nowhere near successful as the man that she really desires. Why do brothers really think that these bitter jaded sisters are the only ones after the women of other races married to black men? Do you guys honestly think that these bitter black broads are rooting for other black women that are married to successful black men? Do y'all really think that for a second? That black women ain't catching heat from other black women? A black woman who's married to a successful black man. We ain't rooting for each other. There's no code amongst black women that are happy for other black women. Like, oh, yes, girl. You go ahead, girl. You got it. You got you successful black men. Whoop-de-woo. We glad he married one of us. If it ain't her, she's still going to be hated. These guys always want to point out these interracial relationships they feel are the only threat to bitter black women. Notice I said bitter black women, not black women. There's a difference. Bitter black women are the ones that are insecure and miserable within themselves. That's what people have to understand. It's different levels, it's different types of black women that have this type, that have the issue with men dating outside their race. There's too many guys that want to keep pushing the narrative that black women are only threatened by women of other races that are married to successful black men. These guys always want to point out these interracial relationships they feel are the only threat to black women, while black women that are married to wealthy black men are also a threat to bitter black women that are unhappy with the choices they have left. A bitter black woman doesn't want to see nobody win. I don't give a damn if she's black, or Latino, or Puerto Rican. She gonna have a problem with any woman of any race who she feels has something that she can't get. Now that we can even discuss this at a more simpler level, there are single bitter black women that have a problem with married black women. Oh yes, I'm going there. I've had two black single bitter women personally who have attacked my marriage on YouTube, not even know anything personally about me or my marriage. For instance, there was this one sister, I think it was on Reg's channel, like I think a couple of years ago. And you could tell she was one of them bitter, jaded sisters that just always had something to say about black women who were married. Um, I'm gonna just call her Mrs. X or whatever, because her YouTube name had X in it. So I'm gonna just call her Mrs. X. For instance, there was this one sister, Miss X, that appeared on Reg's channel, and apparently She was upset because I had a few guys that was low-key flirting with me in the chat, which I call them my cyber hubbies. You know, I do that a lot for fun. I got a bunch of cyber husbands all over YouTube. But you know, it's just all out of fun. Now, mostly everyone knows on YouTube that I'm a married woman, but the guys respectfully, you know, they flirt and joke with me in the chat, and she was getting very bothered by that. She kept telling all the guys in the chat that they shouldn't be caping for quote unquote a married woman, when it really wasn't that deep. I recall the conversation being about married women, and somehow she snitched on herself by admitting she was a single mother and had never been married. So the conversation just derailed and went left. When she saw she wasn't winning the argument, when she used the narrative that God was her husband, that was when things went left. When she tried to run with that narrative. Oh, I don't need a husband because God's my husband. The Bible is my husband. That was the narrative she tried to go with. So when she saw the guys had more respect for me being married, and they was basically calling her out on being this bitter jaded single baby mama, she instantly attacked my marriage by saying, well, just because you're married, it doesn't mean you're happily married. Your husband is probably cheating on you. You're acting like your marriage is picture perfect. Now, mind you, I've never said or given her any indication that my marriage was perfect. Her own insecurities made her believe my marriage was perfect. And this happens all the time. And I know it's some other sisters out here who have gone through the same thing. A lot of black married women, we catch a lot of negative heat from single women. Or not only single women, single mothers. There's this stigma that we think we are better than them. We think we all of that. And when they want to prove a point, they want to attack somebody's marriage. Well, you don't know what your husband doing right now. You don't know if your husband out there cheating. You don't know if your husband doing this and that, blah 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 blah. All because they want to spin this narrative that just because I'm a single mama, that don't mean I'm miserable. That don't mean I'm unhappy. And just because you're married, that don't mean that you're happy. That don't mean that you have it all together. So it's not just women like Vanessa Bryant who go through this on the daily basis with bitter, jaded, miserable black women. You have average black women like myself who are hated on by other women who don't have husbands or can't get husbands or single mothers or whatever. Single women, they are also very critical of married women. So you don't even have to be a star. You don't even have to be a woman of Vanessa Bryant's status to even be exempt from other sisters not hating on you. I'm not even a celebrity. And I have had single women gun for my marriage and knocking me for the fact that I'm a married woman. It has happened to me twice on YouTube. Now, I just have male friends all over YouTube that I'm cool with. I have a lot of guys that, you know, we vibe, we have good conversation, we chat, we do all type of topics and we collaborate together. The attention wasn't on her. So she caught herself trying to make problems to the point I just had to block her. All I can say is, I say all that to say this. A bitter sister doesn't have to know anything about you, but will shade you simply because you're a married woman. It's already this preconceived stigma from bitter single women that married women think they're better than them. It's this preconceived notion. Oh, she thinks she all of that because she married. Her husband probably out there cheating on her. He probably creeping with other females behind her back. You don't know what your husband is doing. You don't know this at hell. Yeah, maybe you the damn side chick. For the hell I know. You know, it's amazing. I'm telling you, these sisters, even on a basic level, is hating on other black women who they feel are on a different level. A bitter black woman doesn't want to see another woman win something she can't have, no matter what her race or her situation. So guys, please stop with the narratives that sisters are only hating on chosen white women, chosen Latino women, chosen Mexican women, chosen Brazilian women, because contrary to what many of you may think, the chosen sisters, we are catching flack as well. Being chosen will get you hated on by any woman that's miserable and unhappy with her damn self. The bottom line is this: women don't need to be hating on other women's marriages and accomplishments. None of these women need to be hating on Vanessa Bryant. I mean, really, really, no one should be up here hating on this woman. And I'm not saying that to be mean or rude, because most of them would not have had the courage to endure as much as she has. It's kind of like people want what you got, but they don't want to go through what you have to go through to get it. Like a lot of people see you have a brand new house and see you got a brand new car and they hating on you, but they don't want to go through what you have to go through to get what you got. All the hours you had to work to put in, all the investments you had to work to put in, all they see is the fruit of the labor, but they don't see all of the labor that you had to put into it. As beautiful as Vanessa Bryant is, no disrespect to Kobe, he still cheated on his beautiful Hispanic wife, okay? He still stepped out, tiptoed, and he didn't have to. And she had to face that public humiliation. Had that been any of these other sisters, they would have divorced him and took him to the cleaners for everything he had. Look at Tiger Woods' wife. His white wife, Elin, did it to him. All these women started coming out that Tiger Woods was dealing with them. She left. Sister, you got sisters up here hating on Vanessa Bryant, but they wouldn't have stood by Kobe Bryant the way she did. Now, let them tell her, oh, she's stupid, she dumb. Once that came out and he was messing around on me, I would have left him and took him for all he had. Well, that's you. But she didn't do that. And in the long run, all it did was strengthen their marriage. You know, you one monkey don't stop a show. You get what I'm saying? It did not change them getting blessed in the long run. Yeah, she could have walked away, she could have left, but it's women who do it day in and day out. It's a lot of women who have experienced what Vanessa has experienced. They just didn't experience it on a public platform because their husbands is not famous like Kobe Bryant. But the thing about it was their marriage continued to grow. You didn't hear him getting any more negative stuff after that. That was a one-time situation. It never happened anymore. And people want to keep bringing that up because they love to push this narrative that it don't matter how beautiful you are. Your man is your man. He still could cheat on you. He still could take out. He still could goddamn trip up on you. And that's true, you know. But at the end of the day, it didn't stop them from progressing. So sisters shouldn't be hating sisters shouldn't be hating because half of us would not have taken what Vanessa taken too. I mean, let's just be frank. Um, Let me ask you brothers something, because this is my next question. Why only women of other races are commended when they stand by their black husbands through the thick and thin, but when black women do it, we're desperate or we have low self-esteem? Vanessa hasn't done anything many sisters haven't already done for years. You think she's the only woman who stood by her husband while he was sowing his oats? I could name four black girlfriends of mine who did it. No, nobody is giving them the Down by Law Chick of the Year award. I mean, it's just like black women, damn if we do, damn if we don't. You know, you stand by your man and be dedicated, loyal, ride or die. They're gonna say you stupid. They're gonna say you have low self-esteem. They're gonna say you don't love yourself. But it's women of other races who have stood by all of their husbands' um infidelities, but they're giving admiration and credit that she, they're giving all the standing ovation that she's really down for her man. She really loves her man. But unfortunately, we don't get that same energy. That's a topic for another time. In conclusion, women that aren't chosen are envious towards women that are chosen. Yes, Vanessa was very fortunate to have married one of the most successful men in the NBA. But guess what? His fame, his accomplishments, all of his material possessions did not keep him here. Kobe and their beautiful daughter was taken from her, Vanessa Bryant, very so soon. So be careful hating and being jealous of someone's life. You don't know how things are going to unfold for them in the future. Yes, she's beautiful. Yes, Vanessa had a fairy tale marriage, but she's suffering the same fate that many women, not even on her level, have suffered. And that is the loss of her husband. So I just thought it was imperative that I talked about this. Because there's too much of the wrong narratives that are being pushed. That all black women are in their feelings because they wasn't chosen. No, it's the bitter ones. It's the ones that are down on their luck. It's the miserable ones. It's the ones who don't have their shit together that got a problem with it. You know, I can't speak for everybody, but like I said, when I heard the news, uh, my heart broke for her because I'm like, this woman lost her husband. I didn't say this Mexican woman lost her husband. That wasn't in my mind. Or this rich woman lost her husband. I said this woman lost her husband because at the end of the day, she's a human being. Honestly. I mean, I admire her strength, but sometimes you don't know your strength until you have to use it. You know, I'm sure if she could change things, and if she was given a choice to give up everything she got to get her husband back, I'm sure she would. At the end of the day, that stuff don't mean nothing. She's been in money for 20 something years because that's how long she's been married to her husband. She's used to being in the money. That woman loves her husband. She wants her husband there to hold her, to kiss her, to tell her, I'm here. Everything's going to be all right. I'm going to take care of you. That's what she wants. If she could pay for that to get that back, if she could give up every dime just to get her husband back, I'm quite certain she would. That woman's whole world has changed drastically. And not only to lose her husband, she lost her wife, her daughter. She lost her daughter. So, my heart definitely goes out to her, and I'm God is going to give her the strength to be able to persevere. And at least she did get the privilege of marrying a man of value and substance, and a man who's been known to do some really great things. So I'm sure in due time, God will give her all of what she needs to get through this. But again, we got to be careful pushing the wrong narratives. We want to push narratives that's going to support our claim, or support the point we want people to make, the point we want to make the people, the narratives we want people to feel. We just have to be careful with that. Like I said, all black women don't have a problem with men dating outside their race. It's only the insecure black women. It's the miserable black women, the ones who don't have nothing going for themselves, who have a problem with it. But anyway, I would like for y'all to chime in, on this topic. How do y'all feel about Kobe Bryant meeting Vanessa, you know, uh, doing a set on a Snoop Dogg video? You, do you think he made a wise choice? Did it still turn out for the better? If that's the case, do you think that some men are giving women too much of a hard time as far as their circumstances? Because like I said, she didn't grow up prominently. Nobody talked about that. He met her on a video set. He didn't meet her in church. He didn't meet her in Bible study. Do you think had that been a sister that people would have been as understanding? What's your intake on the situation? Also to all the sisters out there, uh, do you really think that all black women have an issue with black men, successful black men dating outside their race, or is it certain black women who have an issue? Either way, I would definitely like to hear y'all comment on this situation. I just think people pushing the wrong narratives. They're not looking at the whole scenario. They're just picking out certain parts they want to stress their point upon. But anyway, before you leave, please make sure you take the second to hit that thumb up before you exit the video. Please hit the thumb up. I need to know if I'm doing well on my topics or if there's other things that I need to address. Also, ladies, if you haven't already, you need to subscribe to my channel, Mocha's Ladies Lounge. I'm going to be uploading probably some content tonight, depending on how I feel. I want to talk about these toxic friendships with black women, black women who have destroyed other black women based on things that have transpired in a friendship that went wrong. I wanted to address this issue. I actually had subscriber reach out to me. She basically ended a friendship with another black female, I guess, who could not handle the friendship ending, and basically how she tried to sabotage everything going for her. And I've also experienced a similar situation myself with that. I want to talk about these toxic friendships amongst black women, where we think we own one another. I definitely want to hit up on that. So if you ladies do not want to miss out on that topic, make sure y'all subscribe to Mocha's Ladies Lounge. That is my separate channel specifically for black women. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to shut it down. Those of you who like cable, please email me if you're interested in cable. I sell cable, 6,000 channels, only $25 a month. Plus, that's free pay-per-view events. All your premium movie channels, I got you. If you're interested in cable, make sure you hit me up. Anyway, y'all, it's been real. It is your girl, your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Holla at you soon. Bye.